Drugstore is now the center of a crime scene after a deadly robbery and shooting that went down in broad daylight.
One worker is dead and a pregnant woman shot.
Jonas Tishner joins us live now from North Highlands. Police tonight have just released new videotape. And Jonas, we understand it shows the suspects just before this murder?
Absolutely, and they are very good pictures, Sam. In fact, there are still investigators working inside right now collecting more evidence, but that surveillance video released to us just about an hour ago, take a look at it. The video showing the face of the suspect in a white T-shirt and a profile of the suspect in the black T-shirt. Very good pictures of them. The hope is that they will be off the street soon. Meantime, a family is devastated tonight at the death of a woman that they say didn't deserve this.
Frustration, rage, and sadness. Emotions that are uncontrollable tonight.
Always made you laugh and smile.
The family of 27-year-old Tanya Gutskaya came to the crime scene desperate for answers.
She always been saying that she wanted to quit the job, and she's been trying to quit it for a while. Well, I guess it's too late now.
Tanya, a clerk at the Rexall, was shot in the chest. 37-year-old Kelly Okamoto in the leg after two men, one of them armed, demanded drugs and money. Another store employee was also armed and started shooting.
She just said it's a bad neighborhood, too much around here.
Clear, give me an update in an hour.
Ironically, Corey Robinson says his security company, CSA, was scheduled to start protecting the building.
I'm sorry for the people that were involved in the incident today. I wish we could have been here earlier to stop it from happening.
There have been numerous problems at the pharmacy, including another armed robbery just 3 months ago. And while the two suspects in this case got away, they left behind key evidence, including a trail of blood.
And another look at that surveillance video just released by investigators. The man in the white T-shirt is in his late 40s. He is 5'10" to 6'2", 160 to 180 pounds. The other in his 20s. He is 5'8", a thin build. He's wearing a black shirt and blue jeans. One of these two is likely suffering from a gunshot. We have been told that when they ran out of the building, one ran one way, one ran the other, and the man who was running eastbound was indeed shot.
And you can't ask for better clues than those, Jonas. Thank you so much for bringing us up to date. Our sympathies to that family.
So let's go now to Jonas Titcher. He joins us live now with more. There's apparently a clue, Jonas, that deputies have to help track down these suspects, they think?
Yeah, right, Sam. It is a trail of blood, and that is one of the biggest clues that investigators are focusing on tonight. When those suspects bolted out of that doorway, one of them ran towards me, the other taking off in the other directions towards those sheriff deputies' vehicles. And in that vehicle, there was clearly some blood as he was running away, and they say he was clearly hit in that shootout.
The two suspects entered with clear intention, drugs, and one of them armed. Little did they know.
One of the store employees was also armed. We're not sure who fired first or what caused the gun battle to break out, but an exchange of gunfire did occur.
And now the hunt is on. With eyewitness accounts and at least 2 surveillance cameras, detectives say hiding in obscurity nearly impossible. And there is now a trail of blood that could help put the pieces together.
We believe one of the suspects may have been struck by the gunfire from the store employee.
Those suspects described as African-American, one of them in his 40s, 5'10" to 6 feet 2 inches tall, 160 to 180 pounds. He was wearing a white shirt and blue jeans. The other in his mid to late 20s, 5'8" tall, thin build. He was wearing a black shirt and blue jeans. Investigators say that it looks like they may have gotten away with a small amount of drugs and a small amount of cash. Ironically enough, we talked with a security company who was scheduled to start work and do surveillance and security at this particular spot tonight. They say they were hired because there had been a couple of incidents here. Last Tuesday, there was apparently a burglary in off hours, and then 3 months ago, there was another armed robbery at the exact same location.
Clearly they are needed. Jonas, thank you. A suspected killer taken away in cuffs after a tense standoff in Sacramento. CBS 13 helping sheriff's deputies confirm the man's identity.
And check out this video side by side, one showing a man on surveillance camera at a pharmacy where a young woman is shot to death, and the other video from today as deputies lead out a suspect in handcuffs. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ron Jones.
And I'm Chris Pickle. The suspect barricaded himself inside a home in Del Paso Heights, refusing to come out.
Jonas Tishner has been following this story since the murder on Thursday. Jonas, what's new tonight?
Right now, that suspect is identified as 42-year-old Kelvin Peterson. He is not in the jail tonight, rather being questioned by detectives. CBS 13 has learned that he has an extensive criminal background. He is from the Los Angeles area, and part of that includes assaulting a peace officer. Now, a nosy neighbor who's been watching that surveillance video extensively says that they're the one that turned him in, and police say that much of that is being given credit tonight for that arrest. It was just after noon along Bowles Avenue. Word was spreading.
The dude that did the pharmacy thing, he shot some lady.
Neighbors ushered out of their homes.
Said that there was a police situation and that SWAT team was coming, so they wanted us out of the neighborhood.
But with good reason.
You know, we're not going to go away.
A standoff was underway.
We'll keep this as low-key as possible.
We got the scoop from everybody that was around.
We've been here for like 4 hours.
Yeah, we've been here for like 4.5.
Me too.
A tip came in from a viewer who had seen coverage regarding the suspect and his description and the fact that he had suffered an injury to his hand.
That same suspect caught on surveillance video at the Rexall pharmacy just moments before a woman was killed. Now identified, 42-year-old Kelvin Peterson. Investigators say he was the shooter and was shot in the hand by a clerk.
We don't want you to come out. We don't want anybody to get hurt. We don't want you getting hurt.
For over 6 hours, it was a stalemate. A woman claiming to be the suspect's cousin, even desperately breaking the police line.
Who's that in my face?
Majority of times these guys, give up. Very seldom do they shoot it out.
Neighbors hot, tired, frustrated.
Got a lot of people out here that want to go home.
Negotiations broke down. And it was at that time they decided to go to the next tactical level. And that's when they introduced tear gas into the apartment.
And that pretty much ended it.
Keep on coming towards my boy!
Now the questions begin. What brought Kelvin Peterson to Sacramento from Southern California, and where is suspect number 2? You saw that video there. Our camera was the closest to the scene. In fact, when it was all over, Sergeant Tim Curran of the Sacramento Police Sheriff's Department asked us if he could take a look at it, and based on what he saw, he said, that's him. That's the guy who was at the pharmacy. So that was a lot of help there in helping investigators. Now, there is also this other person, this accomplice that they are looking for. They are investigating by talking to Mr. Peterson, hoping that he can give them critical information to get that person off the streets, and soon.
Yeah, hopefully they will have another arrest in this case very soon. Thank you, Jonas.